Okay, so while I enjoy my last PBR big boy of the day. Look at the size of this thing. It's the size of my fucking head. I miss these. While I enjoy my last one of the day, I came out here to smoke a cigarette and saw another video compilation of people getting all fucked out from their wisdom teeth. Alright, maybe I'm a special case. Maybe I'm different. Maybe I have a high tolerance for drugs and pain, whatever it may be. I have never been that fucked up on drugs. Legal anesthetics, illegal narcotics, anything. I've never been that fucked up the way some of these kids get. I mean, I look at these videos like they're getting sent home from the dentist after getting wisdom teeth done. And like they're all bandaged up around their head with big old fucking ice packs and shit. And they're talking craziness. First time I had to get a wisdom tooth pulled, it wasn't fully impacted, but it was cavitated and it needed to be pulled. Okay? I was dealing with the pain because that shit's expensive and I didn't have insurance. So I was working at Best Buy down outside of Philadelphia, and it was right around the holidays. Like, and if you've ever worked retail during the holidays, you know how crazy that shit is. So I left work one night at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I couldn't take it anymore. I said, fuck it. I got the money together, and I found a 24-hour emergency dentist in Center City, Philadelphia. I drove down there. He numbed me up and yanked that shit out of my head. Like, he did a little bit of cutting around the gum, and he cracked the tooth in half, and he yanked that shit out. I left the office, got to my car. I put the saline gauze in there, smoked a cigarette, smoked a joint on the way home, got home, took a Percocet, went to bed. I was up at fucking 9 a.m. the next morning for work. And I'm pretty sure I pulled a double the next day. I don't understand how these kids get like one or two teeth yanked out, cut out of their mouth, and you know they're looking like they just had like major ass surgery, like like they just had their jaw wired shut or something. I mean, second time I had to get that shit done. Same situation again. You know, it was the other side that time. You know, it was partially impacted, so the insurance I did have wouldn't cover it because I didn't have dental. So if it's full surgery, I guess the insurance I had would have covered it, this and that. They didn't want to cover it. So again, got the money together, and I drove 2 hours from Anza, California, where I was staying in the mountains, to Orange County. Drove to Orange County. Dentist put me under light anesthetic. I mean, I had her kick it up a notch because, again, I got a little bit of a tolerance for drugs. So I had her kick it up a notch. She yanked that shit right out. And I sat in her office for like 45, 50 minutes, had a couple glasses of water, and then I drove all the way back. Like, I don't understand these kids, like how they get like this. Like what like what are you taking? What are they giving you? that you're getting all fucked out like that. And I mean, how much pain do you think you're really in that you need all that stuff? Like, again, maybe I'm a special case. Maybe that shit just doesn't happen to me. But every time I've gotten teeth pulled or I've had wisdom teeth dealt with, I've smoked cigarettes afterwards. I've smoked weed afterwards. I've taken my Percocets. I've had drinks to go with them, like whatever it may be. And the only time I ever got like nice fucked up from surgery was when fucking airplane. Yo, he's low as hell. He was low as hell. You heard how close that was. So, the only time I've ever gotten that fucked up from surgery was when I had to have this giant thing on my leg dealt with. It was like a fucking abscess. It was like an ingrown hair that got way out of control. And they basically had to cut a giant shark bite out of the back of my leg. And they put me under. Like, they put me out. They gave me that good Michael Jackson shit. They put me out. I was out for like 3 hours. Somebody else drove me home at that point. But when that thing first became a problem, when that abscess first became a problem, I went to the hospital. They cut it open, they drained it, and they packed the wound, and they gave me, they said, the local will wear off, you'll be in a little bit. That hurt though. I don't know if any of you guys ever had a wound packed, but when the local wears off, that shit stings. That shit hurts. I couldn't do it. I'm trying to sleep, and every little bit my leg moves. I was dying. So I had somebody take me back to the hospital. I was like, listen, that local wore off. I can't take it. I need to get some sleep. I got work tomorrow. And they gave me a shot of Dilaudid. They gave me a shot of Dilaudid in my butt cheek. Within 5 minutes, pain was gone. In the 15-minute ride from the hospital back to my house, I was fucked up. I was fucked up. But I wasn't fucked up like these kids. Like I don't get it. Like, you got one girl screaming about big black cock. You got another girl thinking that the fish are drowning. Like, how fucked up are you getting? I mean, and I can't get over it. Like, how they look when they get out of there, like, they're all wrapped up, shit around their face, and, looking like they just got out of a war zone. Like, you had a tooth pulled. Like, it ain't that big of a deal. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm a special case. Maybe I'm just a fucking trooper. Maybe shit happens all the time, and I just fucking muscle through and deal with it. I mean, for fuck's sake, I got pneumonia down here when I first came down to Florida. For the smoking and the humidity change and shit like that and whatever, all the stress. I ended up with pneumonia. Like, I muscled through that shit for a minute. And then after, like, 2 days, I caved in and I went to the hospital. And then I got like 2 hours of the little breathalyzer, not the albuterol treatment shit, whatever the hell they give you for it, the misting thing, it looks like a little water pipe, but you got to sit there and breathe with it. Can't remember what it's called. And then I came back home. I didn't smoke for like a day and a half, or let me rephrase it. I smoked sparingly for like a day and a half. And I was good. Like, I don't know. I don't get sick. I don't get sick. It doesn't. Once, maybe once a year, I'll get sick. If that. If I go on vacation somewhere, come back, this and that, between jet lag and sometimes the temperature change, like, I'll get a little bit of a throat congestion thing. But, like, I don't get the flu. I don't get colds. I don't get allergies. Like I don't get sick. It doesn't happen. Like maybe I'm a special case. Maybe all those years growing up on the back of a garbage truck, handling all that nasty ass stuff, gave me some ironclad immune system. But like I said, I don't get sick. It doesn't happen. And when I do, it's you can't even really call it that. Like maybe a day I'm out. But like once every other year, depending on the situation, kind of hours I'm working. If I work myself hard, like last winter, I worked with that snowstorm. Last winter I was in New Jersey. I worked the snowstorm and snow removal. I did like 4 days straight, and I was out in the snow all day and all night, and I think I got maybe 7 hours of sleep over 4 days. At the end of that, like, I got hit hard. I was down for like 2 or 3 days, and that was it though. Like, but that's the thing. Like I said, I don't regularly get sick like a lot of people do. And if I do, it's once in a blue moon, and boom, it hits me hard for like 2 days, 3 at the most, and I'm right back at it. I don't know. Maybe I thought that this whole shit with these fucking wisdom teeth videos is maybe a little bit of a statement on just how fucking pussy some of these kids are. Like, really? Like, you really can't handle your drugs, really, at all. I mean, I hate to see what the rest of the world and life is gonna do to these kids when they get out there. God forbid they ever have to have major surgery. Oh man, they'll die. They'll die. The amount of drugs that these doctors will give them, they'll fucking die. I don't know. You won't catch me getting fucked up like that. At least not unless I want to. And I'm gonna make a conscious effort to get that fucked up. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just special.